Namaste, lads and ladies. Welcome back, finally, to another video. And it's been a long time, and I can only apologise for that, really, because it's been quite, you know, hectic with the whole COVID situation and all that. Those seagulls, never mind them. They want to shout out in the video. Anyway, as you've seen from the title of the video, we are here today to talk about face mask bents. And as you can see, actually, with my beard, it's got a little bit of a bentness going on there as well. And yes, if you have noticed, I've actually, this is my longest beard. This is the longest beard that I've ever grown, basically, and I'm actually very proud of it. An awful lot of people tell me that they're not really too happy about the walrus, but I quite like it. And the good thing with the walrus is that I can make a handlebar, straight up into a handlebar, with very little pomade, or whatever you want to call it, like very little beard wax, basically. The only issue is that it's a bit hairy, so the wax definitely is needed to like soften it up. And I can also do one thing with it where it turns into like a tarantula stash. Hang on. It kind of like turns into tarantula fang, basically. Kind of like if I just like take the middle bits of the hairs here and center them, see, it kind of like turns a little bit more into an upside down handlebar. Makes it look a little bit more neater, really. But yeah, I'm more of the walrus guy, basically, because it hides my lips. I'm not really too proud of showing my lips off because a lot of the girls in my family say that I've got quite pinkish lips, really. It's not very attractive on a bloke. Well, depends on who you're speaking to, really. Anyway, I'm getting beside myself. Anyway, I'm here to talk about beards. And mainly so because in the last year or so, ever since you know, I found MGTOW and all that, I've basically discovered that, you know, men's healthcare is very important. And I've really been lacking on the healthcare on like certain parts. Like when it comes to hair, I'm not really bothered, really, because I quite like my hair short, really. But with my beard, I am religious about keeping it clean, neat and tidy, and so should you boys be too. And I'll also give you guys some hints on what you can do to minimise food and drink getting in your mustache and your beard in further updates if you want me to continue with that, basically. So I'm just here to basically give you guys some advice. So, first thing we're going to talk about is face masks. Hope you like this. That's our Assassin's Creed face mask. So as you can see, my beard is already bent from this point here. Now normally, with face masks like these, if you're like wearing them for like 2-3 minutes, it doesn't really cause that much of a dent. But when you're like working for like 3 to 4 hours, that like it's harder to get these dents out. They say the best thing for it is a shower and an awful lot of brushing, basically, which is the thing, really. But sometimes we don't have room for a shower, we don't have enough time to do all this and that. So the things that I'm going to assist you guys with today is to try and see there's already a bit of a bend there, as it is, really. Because I've got quite long, very brittle hairs, so, you know, balm helps with that, basically, an awful lot. So what I'm going to be using here today are 2 of my brushes. I've got a One Group Wizards brush, which is fantastic, really. It's like a flip-up knife, really. It's great. So with this, I like to straighten it out downwards first to get them straightened out, and then go underneath, and then come up, get these hairs all nice and straightened, get the sides going. Sometimes you'll also notice with the mustache, like mine is quite bushy so it doesn't really affect it, but if you can just do like a once over, neaten it up, tighten it up, it makes it so much more presentable. And there's still a little bit of dip there, so now that I've straightened my hairs out a little bit with this brush here, I'm going to use, I'm going to use this brush. And this brush is very special, actually, because if you look in my description, there's actually the quote from a Native American speaker that I so happily applied this from, basically, because it's the one in my description that I have on the front of this brush here, if you can see it there. It says, "The wolf of hate and the wolf of love. The wolf that I will become is the wolf that I chose to feed." Well, choose to feed. It's a very powerful, wonderful quote that it really speaks with me, really, because it kind of like gives you, the person who is reading this quote, the choice, really, in who you become as a person. And no more is this more important as it is for men to choose who they can and who they will be. The important thing about this quote is to take responsibility in your choices that you make, really. Either you be a hateful person or a kind person, that's all down to you and nobody else, really. And that's what I love about this quote. So anyway, back on to this. What I'm going to do is push the brush upwards towards my beard, get it all nice and fluffy. This works better if you have a bushier beard. Mine's quite long, so it doesn't really affect it very much. But the shorter and the fluffier your beard, the easier it is to do, basically. So with this, we're just getting it nice and puffed up, just like that. Kind of looks like a toilet brush, really, how it's out like that, really. Now, what we're going to do is you're not going to brush in and down and under the chin because you're adding the bent effect again. So what you're going to do, put your hand underneath, depending on how much hair you have, and gently go down and out, down and out, down and out, just like that. And I can only apologise for my sides here. I'm trying to keep the Van Dyke with the Walrus hybrid as it is, so I have an awful lot of shaving to do to keep up on. I was running a little bit late today, so I can only apologise for that. So yes, down and outwards if you can, so it goes down and out just like that. They're all nice and straightened out. Now normally the bentness should have gone, but for me it's still there a little bit, just on the top here, just on that top little ridge there. So what I like to do now is take a little bit of beard balm. I'm using Kingsley Gillette's version because they have a very nice smell to them. It's kind of like a cocoa butter smell, really. Although for some reason for me it doesn't smell that great. When I apply it to my beard, it kind of smells like wet cat food for some reason. That's just me. Others find it quite nice, but for me, for some reason, I don't know what it is. It just smells like cat food. Maybe I've spent too much time around like my neighbour's cats and stuff like that, because we have like 13 different cats that come here begging us for food all the time. It's rather annoying. So I'm going to take a little dollop of beard balm. You're going to rub it in your hands. Get all nice and warmed up. You can do the beard as well, because with this type of balm, it's shea butter. The good thing with shea butter is that it acts as kind of like a miniature conditioner in a certain sense. So you can quickly throw it on, wait 3 minutes, then give it a wash, and then it should be nice and pristine as usual. Of course, I'd suggest getting yourself some beard oil as well, because beard oil is great for keeping those flakes out of your beard and all that, basically. You know, I really used to suffer with that when I was a teen. But this was before I knew, like, beard oil was a thing, really, to keep it clean and pristine, basically. And the good thing with beard oil, beard oil is meant for your skin, not for your hairs. So with the hair, it adds like a nice plus when it gives it a nice shine to it. And I'm quite lucky on the beard front, really, because it's kind of reddish. So as you can see here with my mustache, in the sun it gives it a nice shine, basically. I've just put a little bit of beard oil in before I came in for my cycle, basically, so that's probably why it's shining. So yes, you're going to put the beard balm in, and then later on, maybe 3 or 4 minutes time, give it a nice little quick wash, like quick little face wash. No need to like worry about like having a full-on shower or anything like that. Like if you're going out for work, if you're late for a meeting and all that, just quick little face wash. Give it a nice little blow dry up and down over the beard, and then just straighten it out, or just air dry. Sometimes air drying is better. Like, you don't want to use hot air on the beard too much, really, because that will damage the hairs and cause them to fall out quickly. And the thing you want to look for with beard hair loss is if it has a white tip, that's fine, it's completely healthy, they're meant to fall out at that rate. But if they do not, then that means there's a breakage and there's a problem. It's either your diet or the way you're brushing. And that's another thing. Do not overbrush. Just gently brush if you need to straighten your beard out. Don't go constantly like this, or constantly like against the hair all the time, basically. You want to make sure that, you know, you're getting circulation of blood to the beard to help it grow, but you don't want to overbrush to the point where hairs come out. And that is the thing, you will have hair loss at certain points, basically. Hair will come out. But that's completely natural for the next bit of hairs to grow in that section, basically. So, with that, sorry, just got to do my mustache. Get the walrus on nice and tight. It's almost getting to, yeah, it's nowhere near the length of Jamie Hyneman, but yeah, no, I love him. If you've seen Mythbusters, and I love Jamie Hyneman. His walrus is amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. I'd like it to get to that level basically, but yeah, it's still a little on the short side, but it will get there hopefully in due time. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like any more like beard tips, please be willing to ask. You know, I'd be willing to help out in any way, shape, or form. I'm really dolloping down on new products to try out basically, because I really want to like get into new brands of beard oils basically. I'm not too bothered about beard balms, because with beard balms they're mainly good for hold and like certain conditioning and stuff like that. So, but with conditioning, I prefer to use beard oil, because beard oil is like the #1 nutritional value for your face to keep your beard nice and tidy and clean and shiny, basically. And it's another thing around beards as well, because I feel like I had to thank the pandemic when it came to like the corona beards trend, because I don't really see it more as a trend. I see it more as an opportunity for men to finally take back what is theirs really with the beard basically, because a beard is not just like a lifestyle choice really, it's like a statement in a certain sense really for men to basically show off their masculinity with pride. And it's nice how in certain business situations they're actually allowing beards, like if they're like at a certain height or if they're clean, then that's all that matters really. That's the good thing really as well with beards, is that not only are they clean because you spend more time washing your face, hence you have a cleaner appearance compared to someone who's clean shaven, who just shaves and cleans it and then maybe has a wash like 1 or 3 times out of a week or something like that. You have to constantly keep this clean so it looks presentable basically. So that's a plus really. And it's also a deterrent for cold, and it's also a coolant for heat, oddly enough. So you never really get overheated with a beard really, because it acts as a protection against the sun, and it also keeps your face cool in the hot days and warm in the winters. So that's a plus there really as well. So with that, lads and ladies, I thank you ever so much for watching another video of mine. And yes, do not worry. Keep on telling the ladies to stop crying. Tell the queen to quit blubbing. I am not dead. So I thank you all ever so much for watching again. And if you need more tips on beard products or men's health in general, please ask me, because I'm really I've spent the last 8 months out of today really just dolloping down on myself. I've been working out an awful lot more at the gym. I've been taking better care of myself. That's the thing with YouTube really, is that back when I was doing gameplay videos, I was not spending enough time on my health really, and I feel like with the way men's mental health has been going over the vast amount of years really, with how men suffer in silence and all that, I feel like it was time for me to kind of step back from YouTube and like focus on my mental state really. I'm not like saying that like I'm depressed or anything. We all have our issues basically. We have our, you know, daily occurrences here and there basically. But I just thought it was time to really take a step back and just appreciate myself for a change really. But yes, either way, I thank you all ever so much for watching, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you all in the next video that I do around here. Take care, lads and ladies.